Right, so the other day I was thinking about Hogwarts exam time. So these poor little witches and wizards barely ever seem to actually get their qualifications. Things are always kicking off at exam time, right? So take the Chamber of Secrets year for instance. So a massive fat snake has been knocking about all year, attacking people left, right and centre. Ginny Weasley almost dies. Harry saves the day and kills the snake. Everyone is saved. Like, I fully get it, it's time to celebrate. Hagrid's back from prison, it's all over. Everyone that spent most of the year in comas have been saved. Get the champers pouring and blow up some balloons because it's party time. But I love how the teachers just cancel all the exams, which I fully do get, to be fair. Like, imagine if you were attacked by the snake and you've been in a coma since Christmas, only to wake up and be told, hey, yeah, so I'm really sorry about that. Like, I know you've been in a coma for most of the year, so you've missed all your lessons and stuff, but you're actually 5 minutes late for your herbology exam. Can you get a move on, please? You'd be fuming, to be fair. So I do fully get cancelling the exams. It kind of feels like after all that the school has been through in this year, it's just not the time for exams. But what about the 5th year students that were doing their OWLs and the 7th year students doing their NEWT exams? For people from the UK, these are like the equivalent of GCSEs and A-levels, or SATs for Americans. So these are pretty important qualifications, right? When did they do them? If you were finishing Hogwarts in the Chamber of Secrets year, seriously, when did they do their exams? Did they come back over the summer and do them? I've got so many questions. I'm just worried about their education here. Imagine if through no fault of their own, the poor Hogwarts graduates had to go work as cleaners in the Hog's Head pub, rather than becoming aurors, because they missed their exams because the teachers cancelled them to host a massive party. Also, I'm pretty sure the first victims of the basilisk were petrified in November, meaning they were literally in comas for 7 months before eventually being released. They literally missed out on the full year's education. Weren't their parents I'm worried my kid's gonna fall behind a bit now that they've literally missed a full year's worth of school? Or can we have some compensation for the fact that you let my child be attacked by a massive snake in your school and then left them in a coma for most of the year and probably didn't even tell us about it? Okay, anyway, moving on. In Harry's 4th year, I feel like the Triwizard tournament sort of messes up the exams for the champions. I'm pretty sure the Triwizard champions were exempt from the end of year exams because they were participating in the tournament. But what about their qualifications? The champions were supposed to be in their final year of school. So Cedric, for instance, was supposed to be taking his NEWT exams. I'm guessing the assumption is come on, what employer is going to care about your NEWT qualifications when you've literally won the Triwizard tournament? Which is true, but it kind of feels like a big decision. Hey mum and dad, so I've decided I'm not going to do my exams this year, but I am going to compete in this mad tournament where I kind of might die, but equally it's going to be really cool because I get to fight dragons and stuff. I'm sure that by the end of the tournament, Cedric's parents wished that he had just stuck to doing his exams. R.I.P. Cedric. So now, roll forward a year and it's the Order of the Phoenix year, so it's Harry's OWL's year. Right, so this is full focus time for the 5th years. Time to apply laser focus to revision and exams and not worry about anything else. It's a shame that at the time a crazy dictator had taken over the school. So the school was in absolute chaos after Umbridge had taken over. In the middle of Harry's astronomy exam, when they're supposed to be looking up at the sky and answering exam questions about it, a literal battle erupts outside in the school grounds. Umbridge takes it upon herself to go and randomly attack Hagrid in the middle of the night, accompanied with 5 aurors, for no reason at all. So understandably, the students that were taking their exam get a little bit distracted by Hagrid picking up the auras and throwing them against the trees. Madness. And then, on top of all that, Professor McGonagall comes out to help Hagrid, and Umbridge and her auras send a bunch of stunning spells at her, which sends her flying and knocks her out. I mean, what? Can you imagine you taking a maths exam in high school and there's a massive fight right outside the window between a bunch of teachers? I kind of feel like it might have distracted me from my quadratic equations, to be fair. But what I want to know is, were any allowances made to their grades due to the mitigating circumstances? It kind of feels like there should have been some allowances made, to be fair. Now zoom forward 2 years, so it's the Deathly Hallows year. Considering Voldemort had taken over and Death Eaters were basically running Hogwarts, I do feel like maybe the exams weren't at the forefront of people's minds. But that's well unfair. Voldemort absolutely smashed his exams when he was at school. Pretty sure he got like the top grades in everything he sat. So I feel like he does kind of value the importance of exams. It's quite selfish of him really to be like, now that I've taken over, nobody needs to bother with exams. Like, yeah, I get it. He wants to focus the curriculum on the dark arts and stuff, and that's great, but like, you should still examine the students on how well they've grasped the concepts that they've been learning about. Feels pretty important, really. He wouldn't want unqualified Hogwarts students joining his ranks. Like, what if they didn't know how to torture and kill people properly? But seriously though, like, whether Voldemort did care about the students doing exams or not, kinda didn't matter really, because the school kinda got blown to smithereens during the massive battle that ended up taking place. Imagine if you were like really keen to do your NEWT exams and you'd been bashing out the revision for months, only for there to be a massive battle that ruins everything. You'd be well annoyed. Like seriously, could they not have just waited until after the exams had finished? I'm guessing the students were basically just invited back to redo the entire year, considering what had gone down that year, once Hogwarts had been rebuilt anyway. But like, what if you were a 7th year and you never went back to Hogwarts after the battle? Imagine like 20 years later you're at a job interview and they're asking you why you never sat your NEWT exams. You'd be like, oh yeah, well, funny story actually. My school was taken over by this really weird Dark Lord guy, and like there ended up being like a massive battle and loads of people died and stuff. Most of the school kind of exploded, so feels like a decent excuse to be fair. Anyway, so that's a bit of a random one really, it's just something I was thinking about. If you enjoyed this video, drop it a like and subscribe to the channel for more.